Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Chris, and welcome back to once again another episode of the 2016 NFL predictions. How is everyone doing today? I'm doing really, really well. It is Thanksgiving week. I am so freaking pumped. Let's just jump right into the kickoff topic. It's Thanksgiving week. And it's my favorite holiday, honestly. I love this. I love this holiday. I think it's the best time of year. That transition into fall, into winter, into Christmas, and it's so great, and it's especially great for football because it's the ultimate transition period. Usually at this point, all teams would be done with their byes, but this year the Browns and Titans will have to wait another week until they get theirs. But whatever. We'll see how that affects them. Interesting experiment, I guess. But Thanksgiving is, there's so much things I love about Thanksgiving. That's really what my topic and my question is going to be to you guys. What is your favorite thing about Thanksgiving? And not necessarily a football-related question, but I love the food. My mom makes amazing street casserole. The turkey's always great. We have this pumpkin trifle that's always delicious. We always have a bunch of, peanuts, and we have shrimp as well. I know it's a weird array of stuff that we have, but I always look forward to it every single year. So that's one of my favorite parts. Of course, I love the football. We're gonna get into that in a little bit, and I do love the parade. I just think the parade has always been tradition. I look at the lineup this year, have no idea who any of the artists are, but I'm just gonna love it because it's, I don't know, it's just festive, and I don't know, it's cool. The city transforms from the chaos that it already is into kind of a controlled chaos, with a parade. So it's probably still out of hand, but yeah. So it's a lot to look forward to. So that's my question ultimately. What is your favorite part of Thanksgiving? And if it's football, what game in particular are you looking forward to this weekend? Because we have 3 absolutely amazing games in stall. I guess minus the primetime game since Andrew Luck might not play. But other than that, though, 2 great day games. That I don't think we've had such high stakes on Thanksgiving in a while. Apparently, I actually saw NFL 345, which I think is their communications website. They released this is the first time since 1935 that every single team is at 500 or better. That's playing on Thanksgiving. So that's pretty cool. So. Before we get to those picks, let's go ahead and look at our prediction record this year, and I am at 102.57. I've been kind of bragging about it, and I want to kind of slow down on it because I'm due for a really bad week at some point, so who knows when that's going to come, but, it could easily come this week. But for a second, I will brag because I am actually in, the top 8 of the picks. Now, of course, picks in the sense that, I take from the experts. You know how the experts also release their own picks. If I take my record for the season, compare it to how experts have, I'm in the top 8 of all the experts. Along with that, though, are NFL.com fan picks. They're at 102 to 57 as well. So, I mean, maybe there's a lot. Hey, you know what? More company to have all of us predicting the NFL so well this year. Maybe that's gonna be bad for the NFL, right? I mean, this is not an amazing record, but it certainly makes me feel good that I'm one of the better pickers right now. In terms of games, it makes me feel good. But again, I'm due for a bad week. It could come anytime, so we'll see what happens. Until that point, though, let's jump into the game, starting with the Vikings at the Lions. NFC North battle. A big battle, because whoever wins takes control of their own destiny in the NFC North with 5 games left. So, that's a big deal. You have no idea how the final stretch is going to be. I know the Lions have a pretty tough stretch. I know they have to face the Cowboys still. They have to face the Giants still. They have to face, those actually, you know what, those are the only two teams I can think of. Well, they still have to play the Packers again, which is always a rivalry, and the Bears always put up a good fight against them, so that's another thing. And whoever the other team is, I'm sure will put up quite a fight. I on the top of my mind, I'm not going to be able to think of who they have to face. Might be, I know, I think they're done with all the AFC teams. You know what, when I think about it, I'll let you guys know. I think, did they play the Eagles yet? No, alright, maybe it might be the Eagles. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Anyways, so, I think the Lions have a really tough stretch, so they need this game against the Vikings, who are the reigning NFC North champions, who have been struggling a lot lately. And though they got the win against the Cardinals, I'm not so sure it was, like the game that makes them bounce back. Like, sure, they have momentum now with a win, but will they be able to continue that on a short week against a really high-powered offense in the Lions? I'm not too sure, just because how close it was against the Cardinals. And I believe it was an interception return and then a kickoff return that basically won them the game. And if they didn't have that, they would have lost to the Cardinals. So, I mean, their special teams are going to have to come out big again. Their defense is going to have to play lights out. And the offense are going to need to make some good plays, just like pretty much every football team needs to do against any team. So, all three phases need to come out for the Vikings. But unfortunately, I don't like doing this, but it really came down to who's the home team. I'm going with the Lions. Alright. Maybe even a bigger battle, than the NFC North battle is this one between the Washington Redskins and the Dallas Cowboys, which I believe are between the two best teams in the NFC East. Yes, I know, I'm a Giants fan, and I know it's really harsh for the Giants, but just keep in mind, they were close against the Bears last week. They should have pulled away if they're any good. No, I'm sorry. I take that back. I do think the Giants are good, but they just think there's the little things that they need to work on. Right now, Washington's looking great, and the Cowboys are looking amazing. So, looking at this game, obviously the Cowboys need to be put on upset alert, because it's a rivalry game, and you have no idea what can happen between these two teams. I'm looking forward to it, and this matchup, my God, is the biggest irony that this game is being played on Thanksgiving. But regardless of all of that, as much as as much as this game I think is going to be really, really close, I still think the Cowboys get the slight edge. I'm sorry, Washington, but it's just I don't know. I'm trying to think. I think the Redskins, what they have is they have this. Kirk Cousins is playing really good football. No one can deny that right now. I know they will, but he is playing pretty well. But will he be able to take on a Cowboys defense that has improved a little bit? Or should I say actually a lot? They've since they started the season. So I don't know, man. It's a tough situation. Again, when it comes to these toss-ups, I always go with the home team. I'm picking the Cowboys, but it's goddamn, is it gonna be close? So there you go. All right, Steelers, Colts. So this one was going to be really exciting. Ben Roethlisberger versus Andrew Luck, but unfortunately now Luck will not be in it, which is bad luck for him, huh? Right? Am I right? Am I right? So, just like my drums in the background. So, yeah, to me, right now, without Andrew Luck anchoring this offense, I just do not see how they get this done with Scott Tolzien. So, I'm sorry, I'm going with the Steelers on this one. Steelers, they need this win, because they need to make sure they keep that momentum going. They won against the Browns, now they need to win against the Colts, and then they have a good 10 days to prepare for the Giants. Alright, Titans, Bears. So, this one, it's not between two crappy teams. It's between, a bad team and a team that has a lot of potential. To me, Tennessee Titans are, it's so disappointing that they lost. I was so sad that they lost against the Colts. They need to come out in the big games, but they're getting there. I hope they win this game, and I hope they continue that march. I want to see them in the playoffs, AFC South. It'd be amazing. So I'm going with the Titans. All right, Jaguars, Bills. So, I believe, was it last year now? I'm trying to think. I think it was last year that it was the Jaguars against the Buffalo Bills in London. And now we have kind of a revenge game, maybe. Now you're on Buffalo's turf. Can the Jaguars capitalize? Well, look, the Jaguars have not been playing well at all this year. I say that again and again. They're the biggest disappointment to me. I was so hyped for them, and now they're not doing anything right. And I think Blake Bortles might be injured. I'm not too sure. I thought that came out of the game. Regardless of whether he plays or not, the Bills, they're pretty good right now. They just beat the Bengals. I think they're gonna beat the Jaguars as well. So go with the Buffalo Bills. Bengals, Ravens, what a blow for the Bengals. A.J. Green, Giovanni Bernard, both out for the season. Possibly A.J. Green might come back near the end of the season, but still, I don't think it's going to be enough to get them in the playoffs, and there goes one of your 2015 playoff teams right there. Meanwhile, Ravens are trying to get back into the playoffs, hoping to, make a big push near the end here. This is a good obstacle for them. Rivalry games, like I said, division games are always tough to play. But I'm going with the Ravens. They've I think they played pretty well against the Cowboys, and their defense is definitely going to shut down Andy Dalton, I believe. All right, Cardinals at the Falcons. This is an easy one for me. Cardinals still played very sloppy against the Vikings. Falcons, coming off a bye, they've been playing pretty good football. I'm going with the Falcons. Giants and Browns. Okay, so I know I'm trashing the Giants, the team that I love a lot, but it needs to be said that this is the kind of game in the past that we have lost. I'm hoping that this is this is a different team, and that it won't happen. The Browns, it's funny because you look at the Browns, you looked at some of the ways that they play sometimes. Terrell Pryor, he's a really good player, and it's a shame that he has not been able to produce a win, for the team. I think this could be a potential for him to do so, but Giants defense, I think they're gonna step up, and I think they're gonna win it. But I just have very low confidence. Don't know why. All right, Rams, Saints. So New Orleans, they are who did they play last week? I actually forget. Did they play last week? Hold on, I have to look. I have to remind myself because I forget half of the matchups that happened last week. Who did they play? Oh wait, that's right. They were Thursday night. That's right. I forgot. So the Saints, they lost to the Panthers, and it's a bummer because I picked them to win against Carolina because I felt like the Panthers the Panthers definitely have fallen off. And I think the Saints, have gotten better on the defensive side, and obviously they're always going to be fantastic on the offensive side, but it just didn't happen. Now against a really, really tough Rams defense, it's tough, and I think that, the Rams were close to a win on Sunday before the Dolphins came back. I gotta go with the Saints, though. I have too much faith in Drew Brees. I'm going with the Rams and poor Jared Goff going 0-2 to start, but it's the nature of the business, pal. Get used to it. Niners at Dolphins. So again, this is an easy one. This is a team that's on the rise versus a team that has been dragging and just not winning anything since week fucking 1. I saw someone, I forget who, said that they think that this Niners team will lose to the currently 0-11 Browns team. I don't know if I would necessarily agree with that, but I wouldn't be surprised if that happened either. So I don't know. The Niners are just in a rough spot. I don't think they're going to have a good time against the Dolphins. Dolphins win. Chargers at Texans. If J.J. Watt was playing, unless I don't know if Derek Watt got cut from the roster, but if Derek Watt's still with the Chargers, I think that it would be great to see the brothers battle each other, but unfortunately that will not happen. But regardless of that, I do see two teams that have a lot on the line. The Texans, they want to retain their lead in the AFC South, while the Chargers, in the bottom of an amazing AFC West this year, they're trying to make a push to get back into the wild card race, if even possible at this point. It's tough. And you know what? I think the Texans played some really great football on Monday, and I think they kind of got screwed with a few bad calls. But at the same time, and I say this a lot, I probably should have been a topic of discussion in my kickoff topic, but when it comes to refs in the NFL, that they're gonna end up screwing up plays, or I don't know. However, I know there's just people that say like, "Oh, it's a rigged system. Oh, they bet on these games before they officiate them." I don't necessarily believe that. I just think that they make dumb mistakes more than anything, and human errors. But but if you believe that, that's fine. That's your business. But for me, I just think differently. The Texans, to me, though, even if those penalties weren't called and they still lost, I would still be proud of the Texans' performance, because I think they showed that they could slow down a high-powered Raiders offense. I think they can do the same against the Chargers. I know it's cliche to pick the home team here, because I really wanted to pick the Chargers in this one, but I'm going with the Texans. And this was a call out, an Omaha, as NFL Network would put it, because I had the Chargers ran down, but I'm like, nah, the Texans played too well on Monday. I can't do that. So Texans win. All right, Seahawks at Buccaneers. Seahawks are just there right now. They are on a good winning streak, and they need to continue it. They need to keep on going with it. They have all the momentum in the world right now. I'm really looking forward to a Seahawks Dallas playoff game, if not NFC Championship game. I hope it would be great to see that. Right now they do have a tough opponent in the Buccaneers, because the Buccaneers, they've won 2 straight, and they've had 2 great offensive showings. Can they continue that run? I'm not too sure against the Seahawks defense. They're playing way too well right now. So I'm going with the Seahawks, but the Buccaneers playing pretty good. I tip my hat to them. Patriots at the Jets. I would be so excited for this game right now if the Jets actually stayed in the playoff picture, but right now there's no way they're making it with a 3-7 record, and now they have Ryan Fitzpatrick starting for them, right? So maybe Fitz will pull off some magic out of his sleeve and end up being the Patriots again in overtime. Who knows? This is going to be I do think it's going to be a hard-fought game, but I'm going with the Patriots. Never pick against the Patriots, especially against the Jets that suck this year. So, there you go. Oh, whoops. Skipped a matchup. Panthers at the Raiders. What can I say? I think Raiders are kicking ass, and they did test fate on Monday. They against a really good defense. Will the Panthers put up a fight? Maybe, but they're not the defense that they were last year. And I think the Raiders have really stepped up, and they've just become I think the Cowboys have basically taken the Panthers role of like the current NFL's team, but the Raiders, they've been getting so much hype, and I just do not see the Panthers beating the Raiders. I mean, I've been surprised before, but I think the Raiders will get the job done. Raiders win. All right, Chiefs and Broncos. This one is, to me, so fucking difficult because I feel that I don't know, because the Chiefs and the Broncos are pretty even right now. I say they are both having troubles offensively. Trevor Siemian, he's been playing pretty well, but he's not stellar. And then you have Alex Smith without Jeremy Maclin, to throw to. So, I mean, maybe Maclin will be back on Sunday, and that'll be a huge help. But it's really going to come down to who plays the best on defense. Who can stop the poor offenses that are there. So, it's tough to me, and this is another one of those games where I got to be like, okay, it's close. Who's the home team? I'm going with Denver, but I'm excited for a great game called by my favorite broadcaster, Mike Tirico. Glad that he's back. Forgot to talk about that on Sunday on our last prediction episode because I freaking love Mike Tirico. I was so sad when he left ESPN because I didn't know if he was going to get a job on Sunday Night Football right away. I thought he was going to call Thursday Night Football games, but that didn't happen because they're going to make Al Michaels work for it. So I fucking know. I'm glad that he's back in the limelight though. All right, Packers and Eagles is your finale for week number 12, and right now the Packers are coming off of 2 back-to-back blowout losses, and it's really getting to the point where if they lose another, what is the chances that they're going to be able to rebound and make the playoffs? I don't know, honestly. It's there's a lot of questions, and you have an Eagles team that they were beat up a lot by the Seahawks, and there is that lingering question of will the Eagles be able to rebound after the Seahawks are a tough team to lose against and then be able to win against another team the following week. Because it's such a brutal team to face. So I have a lot of questions on both sides. I do think that the Eagles are going to edge the Packers because I just think the Eagles on all levels have been playing much better than the Packers. So Eagles win. And that is your NFL predictions. Thought I'd do something really quick at the end here because I have a little bit of time. This was a pretty quick episode. I want you guys to take a look at this. This is my playoff predictions from preseason, and I want to just say that I don't look at the NFC, but the AFC, it's kind of accurate. Remove the Steelers, put in the Broncos, and I would say rearrange it a little bit. Move the Raiders, Texans, and Ravens up, and then move the Chiefs into the wild card, Broncos, and then the Patriots are on top. Well, actually, the current playoff picture apparently has the Raiders on top of the Patriots because the Raiders have a, strength of victory tiebreaker. I'm not too sure about that, but regardless, though, that's fantastic that the Raiders have the tiebreaker right now. So pretty good for them. Meanwhile, over here on the NFC side, So, my top 3 teams on the NFC side is there's a great chance that all 3 will miss the playoffs. So, the Cowboys are the shock. That they are now going to be the number 1 team. Lions will potentially be in, or the Vikings. For your NFC North, and then you have the Falcons. The Falcons coming in from the NFC South. The Seahawks going to NFC West, and then right now you have Redskins and Giants as your wild cards, with I think potential for the Eagles to jump in or the Buccaneers to jump in, or so you have no idea. Like, you have no idea really what's going to happen in terms of the wild card, but that's currently your situation in the NFC. So definitely completely wrong on that front. A few other things I wanted to point out. The guarantees. I guaranteed that all 4 of these teams would make the playoffs. Let's not focus on that. I also guaranteed that all 4 of these will not make... Well, I guarantee that these guys will make the playoffs. I guarantee that these guys will not make the playoffs. So the Titans, I think, are possibly my only team that could make it right now. But right now, that guarantee's good. This one is not good. The bold prediction. This was RG3, Ben Roethlisberger. I said that RG3 would get more touchdowns this year than Ben Roethlisberger. Obviously, that's not going to happen now because RG3 has not played since week 1. So, can't really predict that. I think this was something about Paxton Lynch and Jared Goff starting before week 7 or week 8. I was wrong about this bold prediction because Jared Goff didn't start until week 11. You know what? I'll look into that. I'm not too sure about the bold prediction, but I think I got it wrong, but we'll see. I have to look back. And this one was predicting that the Raiders will make the AFC Championship game. We'll see. I think they have a legitimate shot, especially if they get a bye. They're that good, and right now they're on the verge to. So maybe my bold prediction here will actually work out. We'll see about that, though. So, all right. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next week as we enter December football. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.